Hello and welcome to today's edition of In Business on Orange FM. My name is Fatau Bayaga. The development of the private sector has been recognized as a means to accelerate rapid industrialization desired by developing countries. In this light, Ghana embarked on the Structural Adjustment Program in the late 1980s, which gave prominence to the private sector as an engine of growth in the country. Since then, other policies and programs have been instituted by successive governments to make the private sector flourish and drive the country's economic prosperity. The private sector plays a vital role in the economy by creating jobs, providing goods and services, and stimulating economic growth. It is an important source of government's revenue generation through taxation.
Micro, small and business and medium enterprises are key contributors to Ghana's economy. They play an increasingly important role in the socio-economic growth and development of our country. Therefore, MSMEs have a crucial role in stimulating the growth and development of our country and in generating employment and contributing to poverty alleviation in Ghana.
Obviously, micro, small and medium-scale businesses are very significant to Ghana's development. This I set out to engage some young business operators in the agriculture and eco-friendly space.
My name is Hamdi Abdul-Latif. I'm the founder and CEO of EcoMe Africa, which is a social impact organization that is working to fix the menstrual health and risk challenge in Ghana and across Africa.
Hamdia Abdul-Latif, the Chief Executive Officer of the EcoMe Africa, says she was motivated into the production of reusable sanitary pads owing to the challenges some girls go through, particularly in deprived areas.
I'm motivated to keep girls in school. I'm motivated by the fact that a sustainable product can help keep girls in school to reach their full potential and then contribute to the development of their families and communities. Because when I was a service teacher, I realized because of poverty and inequality, the girls were dropping out of school and some were forced to use unhygienic means, while others were pushed to actually exchange sex for sanitary pads.
The business, according to her, has been very beneficial in supporting girls staying in school, creating decent jobs, as well as safeguarding the environment.
I started this business, it's been some years now, and we've been able to achieve a community impact of over 3,000 women. Yeah, we've been able to empower these young girls with sanitary pads to stay in school. We've been able to also strategically employ disadvantaged women in the production, in terms of the value chain, in the production, marketing, sales and distribution of our parts. We have local distribution agents who make our parts accessible in communities that we are unable to reach. We also have NGOs, corporate organizations who purchase our sanitary pads and distribute them. So as they implement their corporate social responsibility, they purchase these parts and distribute. So it is helping to empower women and girls, and then it's also generating revenues for women and girls, creating decent jobs for them, and at the same time serving their planet.
Hamdia and others listed some of the challenges militating against the progress of their businesses.
Biggest challenge, because we want to access international markets. We are getting a lot of calls outside to purchase our products. We need some regulations to be able to access a wider and larger market. Yes, basically that is it. And then so of course funding as well to scale, because at the moment we need to expand. So if you want to expand, you need to getting more equipment to be able to employ more people.
Challenges are perishable products.
We face a lot of challenges when it comes to mushroom farming. because it's perishable. Anytime we don't get ready markets, we lose large quantities of it.
But you started harvesting, so every day we buy harvest for 3 months. Inti wa method ne wa method tranes yeka. Inti ade ba ko an esuan so ne say itimi dry. O dryer
the alternative for us is to dry the produce after harvesting, but we don't have money to purchase a dehydrator.
Dehydrator ye de be dry challenge aye wo no ewum no na because me person me employ nkofo bebre nintino ye hia bargain machine.
I really want to employ many people. So if I get a bargain machine, it will help to realize
within 2
the
hours.
dream and also boost the business.
A bagi we are awie enipa na be ye ho adwuma ti ye nya machine ne the more a bargain na the more ye hia nipa mo aye ho adwuma.
Most people don't know that we can use plastic to make this kind of stuff, so getting people to buy into the idea was difficult. Apart from that, getting machines to make prototypes was difficult. It was in 2021 that I went for a circular design workshop, and I met someone who eventually became a partner who had machines, and he was working on something similar. So we collaborated and we were able to bring out the material. And also, getting the business parts right has been difficult. So going through the incubation program has helped me to make those things right.
The CEO of Wachampa Venture says even though her mushroom business is faced with several challenges, it has created jobs for many people in the Kote area.
Me training crowdfunding. My training crowdfunding.
I have trained and employed many people, thereby reducing unemployment in the area.
Society. Reduce unemployment.
They call on government to intervene in order to boost their businesses.
People are still not very privy to reusable sanitary pads in Ghana, even though it's very common in other East African countries. So we are encouraging the government to purchase them or distribute them to encourage people to use them.
More many say, baby, I Juma no sense me person me employ more people.
I want government to help me expand my business space as well as assist me with bargain machine and dehydrator.
Funding, I bet him in the Abuame Juma Akonini.
The Women Haven Africa is one of the best organizations in Africa trying to help women realize their business potentials. The firm has trained and supported many women, particularly those in the green and eco-friendly space. Ajua Fosua is the founder and CEO of the organization.
We are looking forward to being able to drive a sustainable economy. And as we all know, there is statistics that shows that very soon the number of fishes in the sea would be more than the plastics. And that is why we need to go green, we need to go circular, and then we need to ensure that our ways of doing business is sustainable. And that is why we are having this green incubation program that seeks to promote the businesses of these female green entrepreneurs. In this particular program, they have received a lot of training. They have received a lot of business development support, received coaching, and then access to funding and the networks. And this is to help them be able to move their business from one level to the other.
She appeals to government and other benevolent organizations to support the project to train many more women to effectively operate their businesses.
So the SMV Green Incubation Program has been very beneficial to us, but then there are a lot more green businesses, especially in the Ashanti region. A lot of young women in green businesses with no support, and the project cannot do everything. Women Saving Africa alone cannot do it all. And so a few months ago, we launched what we call the Green Community. And this Green Community has brought together other female green businesses in the Ashanti region. Now we are looking for ways to collaborate with other partners to see how best we can support these green enterprises. So we can't do it alone. We are calling on every key player an actor in the green ecosystem to come on board so that we can together support other green businesses in Ashanti region.
The Ashanti Regional Coordinator of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Yapokwa, says the ministry is currently supporting budding business owners in the agricultural space as well as collaborating with some hubs to improve the work of these startups.
And so what the ministry is doing currently is to liaise with these startups, provide the needed technical training for them, and to link them with donors and other people, financial institutions that can support these businesses to grow. We are also collaborating with the hubs like we are doing with Women's Haven Africa, and this is helping us to improve the work that these startups in the agri-value chain are doing.
She said government is taking some measures to ensure the growth of young businesses in the country.
The startups are not able to be competitive with the imported products because those items are very cheap. They get it cheap from outside, they come in and then they sell. But producing here, sometimes by the time you finish, cost of production is so huge that you cannot sell cheap. And also credit here is quite expensive. So when you go to banks for loans, the interest rates are quite high. So it makes the cost of production in Ghana quite high. So it is a genuine challenge that we have with businesses currently operating in our country. But what as a ministry we are doing to support is to actually assist some of these people get grants from institutions that would make their work quite cheaper. Again, we are also trying to educate these startups to be able to come up with very good business plans and proposals that will fit into government programs so that it will be easier for them to access government funding. The Youth Start program that government has initiated is one of them. The Obatampa Cares program that government is implementing is also one of them. That is helping these agribusiness startups to get some funding that will be very cheap so that they are able to compete with the businesses that are coming. Of course, one critical policy area that government is looking at is trying to see how it can cut down on some of these things that are coming in. And so, for example, when you come into rice and poultry production, before you can bring some of these things, government is putting in measures and has even put in that you need to do a certain percentage of local aggregation before you can get permission to bring in other foreign products. And this is also going to help our agribusinesses in-house.